Let me see. I'm just going to see. You can put people on timeout. Oh, sorry about the starts of our things at the moment. It's all very amateur hour. I'm just going to see if I can put it onto landscape again. Hold on to your cups of tea so they don't.
All right, got the
No,
sound.
see, it's telling me that it's locked on that view, and it won't let me do that view. So
we have sound at least.
Oh, we've got audio, but we're stupidly locked on this, and this is locked on portrait, which is awful.
So do we have any clue why?
No clue why.
No. Oh well.
And it was very shaky last time as well, because it's more difficult to manage it on this. Anyway, welcome.
Hello everybody, welcome
to the super professional.
Yes. Who is on the system today? Have we got some people here already?
Mike saying morning feed.
Mike Winnett
from the
Michael J.
Chilterns.
Winnett. Hello, my lovely. Thanks for joining us, Mike. Nice to know you're there.
I'm trying to not shake.
Julie. Hello,
morning.
Jules. How are you, my darling? I hope you've got Trevor there and you've got coffee this morning and everybody's organised. And let me know how the mannequins are going. And anybody else?
No,
so we've got all our two regulars. Bless them. We deserve a medal.
We only need one.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll sort of carry on as we do. And
so this is our regular Friday morning attempt at doing a YouTube, but for some reason it's got me on this angle, and I'm afraid it's a bit shaky. So
we'll have to look it up afterwards and Google it or something and see if there's a reason for it. Because it is a shame. Yeah, it's been a week of highs and lows. The lows, I suppose, if we have to be completely honest, and I'm saying this as much as anything for fellow retailers, I would say that if we had to say what the low had been this week, it's been quiet. Oh, so quiet. And when I've spoken to other shopkeepers, they've all said, what the hell has happened? Where are all the people? So I don't know why. We make excuses.
No money coming up towards the end of the month.
Hopefully people are going to be paid at the end of the month and they'll all come streaming back in again. Maybe it's because the school children have gone back and the adults who don't want to go on holiday with school children have all jetted off somewhere nice. Who knows? We keep sort of trying to fathom it and we don't know. But I did put a post on to Facebook and Instagram at the beginning of the week, just a little bit really about, you know, who I am and a little bit of background stuff, and the response was overwhelming. And for the people who did respond, oh my goodness, you don't know how you boosted things and boosted me and made me realize that when it's quiet like this, it's not personal, it's not me doing something wrong, it's not that we've got crappy stock in the shop, it's just circumstances. And whatever this thing is, and we don't really know what this thing is, it could be cost of living, it could be the weather, it could be people going back to school, work, whatever, don't know. It's just made us more determined, hasn't it, Nick, to reinvent ourselves, keep doing it, do it with a smile, get up every day and show up and do the do. And I feel absolutely determined to get through this and come through the other side. And thankfully, because Nick's here, not every day, but the days he does come in, we do have a laugh, don't we? We do have a laugh, yes. We had one this morning. He makes the most amazing homemade soups and brings them in. And he said to me this morning, if you don't stay being nice to me, he said, you'll be soupless. So not surplus to requirements, soupless. So that made me giggle. And
Mike is saying, darling Fee, it's just how things are. It's nothing personal.
Oh, bless. Thanks for that. And thanks for your lovely messages, Mike. Everybody's been fantastic. So we're moving forward with a really strong determination. We love doing what we do anyway, don't we, Nick?
Yeah.
We can say that the deal we had on last week, which was saying the code for everything that was outside, you don't need the code. I've put a blackboard out there today, we'll show you in a while, saying that everything that's out on the pavement is subject to 20% off, because I was supposed to put it all back down in the cellar, didn't have time, and the weather wasn't great.
Put this down there a minute because it's really hot.
It's probably going to be a lovely shot just of my belt.
Yeah, and look at
that.
So everything outside is 20% off, and that will be today and tomorrow, and then I really will put it all back down in the cellar. So the code for today, for those people who have a life and just want to get the code and zoom off, we thought we would do YT stencil. There is one stencil up for grabs, I will show you, and it will come with a packet or tub of the gold Frenchic, and there's a reason for it. I'll show you. If I turn that round, will people be able to see? So this is the stencil. It's a lovely stag stencil, and I hate to say it, but we are approaching the C word, the Christmas word. God, I hate saying that. So I just thought we would sort of give people a bit of a project to do, and this Christmas stencil is fantastic for putting on the top of little occasional tables. We'll turn around in a second, I can show you. And to that end, we've got the gorgeous gold Frenchic. I'm going to be mixing some in a minute so you can see how to do it. I'm completely fazed by that being the wrong way round, because I know that we have a very narrow view with it. But what I'm thinking in terms of Christmas colours, I don't know if you can see these, but we've got the flamenco, which is the sort of the red colour from the original Artisan range, which is a lovely colour and looks great with browning wax over the top of it, and Victory Lane. And I think that those two colours, to me, with gold, are actually really quite Christmassy. So the sort of tables I'm referring to, and you can get these in charity shops, we quite often sell them. I love them. I think they're just so useful. And when you have grandma come to stay with you at Christmas, always useful to put one by the chair. And if you get one that's sort of the right height, like this one is, you can paint your table and you can put your gold stag in the middle of it, and you can embellish the edging with the gold and make it look really quite festive. And I had a lovely lady, Caroline, one of my gorgeous customers, who bought a big tray, or she had a big tray, a wooden one, and she has done exactly that, and she's put these side by side, one looking one way, one looking the other way, and it was so effective, looked really, really good. So that's the prize this week. So the first person that comes in and says Whitey stencil gets the stag stencil worth $12.95 and a tub of the gorgeous gold worth $10.95.
YT stands for YouTube.
Yes.
It's not the word YT.
No, that's true. Yes, YT YouTube.
Mike is saying, by the way, I'm still looking for a cassock type sized box.
Okay, I will make it our task. Nick is our sourcer of stuff, so we will find something for you for sure. You do need to mix this, and I will show you that now. Shall we just move over to the table? I've got to tell you something funny. I've noticed this before. Shall we dance, Nick? Shall we? I'll just take this off actually and put my bib on. I've noticed something that's weird in this shop. I can have things in the shop which are here for months and months and months, and I don't know why, and I don't know what is wrong with them. It's not the price, but they're here and they don't go, and they become part of the furniture, literally. Is that going to be all right with that microphone? So yesterday I was putting everything out on the pavement, and a very nice guy, whose name I believe was Paul, came in and he had a look round, and the one thing he commented on was these two topiary obelisks. And I bought these at a flea fair, and I just loved them. But I've had them for a long time. They were expensive to buy, so they weren't the cheapest. In fact, with the discount off, they were reduced to £210 for the pair. But I just love them. They're great in the garden and also lovely at home. So I thought, I'm not going to put them out on the pavement. I am going to paint them, which is what I'm going to do today. And the one thing that this gentleman commented on was how much he liked these. I thought, wouldn't you just believe it? He said, can I take a photograph of it? I want to show my wife, blah, blah, blah. I said, well, you have to be quick, because if you're not back by 4 o'clock, I'm going to paint them. So he hasn't come back.
You've always said that every time you focus on something, it hexes it, and then
it's a bit like you bring it into consciousness, and suddenly
manifest.
It sort of, it creates a new energy. So yesterday I was busy rushing around the shop, touching lots of things and saying, hello, I remember you, and it's your time, you're going to go. So let's see what happens over the weekend. But what I thought I would do is just show you how to mix the Frenchic. And then what I thought was I would paint these in gold and then put tiny weeny little fairy lights around them. And wouldn't those two look rather nice together on a hall table, quite Christmassy. I'm saying the word Christmas a lot this morning. Can't believe it, but anyway. So that's what I thought we'd do. So as far as mixing is concerned, I've got some old pots here that I've had under the sink. I'll show you what it's like. This is just the finishing coat. This is the sort of the medium. It's an acrylic type varnish. I'm just going to mix up a bit there. And then I am going to pour in the gorgeous gold. Now this is just a sort of a glittery type of powder. You don't have to be too precise. You just put it in and then mix it up. So what you will get with the stencil will be a tub of this gold. And you just mix it in.
That's if you're using the code.
That's if you're using the code, yeah. So if I mix this, and by the way, it will keep for absolutely months and months and months in the Tupperware, and if for any reason it starts to dry out a little bit, then you can just add some more of the finishing coat. So I'm going to make it a little bit thicker. Oh, that was a bit too much, but hey, it doesn't matter, I can always use it. And I use this stuff all the time. It's great for, you can stencil with it, you can, I tell you what though, you don't go and drop a great load into it like I just did.
Well, you're multitasking,
I
so
am.
we'll let you off.
I'm trying to talk and think and do, but anyway. So if you just have the gold on its own, that is the sort of the lovely gold, bright gold that you get. Now, for me personally, I quite like to have a slightly softer gold, something that's a little bit paler. So when I'm painting something, I like to add just a little bit of the silver, which is called sexy silver. So I'll just do that now because I do want these to have a sort of a pretty pale look. It's a very old tub. They don't even make them in these tubs anymore, but anyway. So let's just tip a little bit of the silver in. And it's just to take the real gaudy gold out of it and just soften it a little bit. And I guess that the consistency is a bit like double cream, maybe. So let's just keep mixing that. And that's already just toned it down a little bit. You can add more or less, as is your will. So when you've got something that's quite fiddly to paint, like these obelisks, you can use a brush or you can use a sponge. So I'm going to try it with a brush initially, and I might find it will be a lot quicker to use it with a sponge. So if I just wipe the excess off that, and let's just give it a go and see what the colour's like. I'm aware that I'm painting into the window, Ginge. Is it easier if I do it over here and people might be able to see it better? It's going to be quite fiddly, I think, but you'll get the general idea. Oh yes, that's going to be nice.
See, I would never start a project like that because I would feel overwhelmed.
I feel overwhelmed. Do I look calm because I feel overwhelmed?
I would think, oh my God, how am I going to cover all these little bits of thing?
Do you know what though? The funny thing is actually extremely therapeutic. I do find that painting is a little bit like my form of meditation along with gardening. And I would be able to sit pretty here doing this, fiddling away. And when it's quiet in the shop, like it has been this week, then, you know, you can achieve a lot because you just piddle away doing the little bits. And then I can go into the spaces as well. And we'll just keep on going. Now, I think that this is going to look really lovely, especially with the little lights on. I may need to do a second coat, but actually that's covering really quite well.
You can
so
do
I don't
window
think I
display
will.
with them in for your Christmas.
Well, when it comes to Christmas, I'll put them over on the back table there against the wall, and that will light up that area. And I think then with a bowl of fir cones, all also painted with this method, or even for Halloween, actually painting your pumpkins and things like that. Just having these lovely tall towers with the gold on, I think will look really rather super. So I hope that people can kind of get the gist of what this is going to look like. And if they don't sell straight away, which I rather hope they don't now, we'll be able to show you next week what they look like when they're finished. And your task with the thing of finding some little teeny weeny, very pretty, classy looking white battery operated.
The sourcing manager.
He is the sourcing manager. I have to say, he's marvellous at sourcing things. He's pretty bloody marvellous at most things, actually, Nick. But when it comes to sourcing things, you are the main man. He knows that I cannot stand going online. It feels to me like even if you want to go and have a wee these days, you have to go online to make an appointment and you have to create a password. And the stress of it, I just can't be bothered. I do not want to go online for anything unless I absolutely have to. So I just ring Nick and say, Nick, could you order some new printer cartridges? Or could you find some more masking tape? Or can you do the
Well,
Christmas
let's face
lights?
it, if you think about how old you are.
Oh, thanks for that. Yes. Now that I'm very ancient, of course, I really don't want
You
to
weren't
go
brought
online.
up with computers.
No.
There wasn't such a thing as a television.
No, and this is the thing.
We
We
used
fall
to have
between.
a bath in a tin bath.
Well, that was Mum's generation. We kind of skipped that one. But Mum had a twin tub, didn't she?
Yeah.
Do you know? She went from, I can remember as clear as day, washing sheets at the kitchen sink.
I had a twin tub.
And then she got a twin tub. And life was revolutionised. I mean, we don't know ourselves these days in that sense. But slightly going off piece here yesterday, wasn't that news terrible about the stabbing? But this is the weird thing. That tree, when I heard that news, I felt as if I'd been physically kicked in the stomach. All my air left my body, and I just was so grief-stricken. A beautiful, beautiful tree doing no harm to anybody, just watching humanity and being there and being adored. And then some mindless, I can't even find a word that's bad enough, comes along and chops it down. The grief was beyond. And then I suddenly realised as well that this same week, that 15-year-old schoolgirl was stabbed. And that was shocking and so devastating and sad. And yet we're so used to hearing things like that. That didn't have as big an impact on me as the tree did. I mean, what is going on? What is going on? So I just hope that they catch whoever it is and that the punishment is fitting. You know, I guess there'll be a reason and it will all come out. But if it's just mindless vandalism, oh my God. And it was kind of gratifying to see how many other people were deeply, deeply shocked by it. But it does kind of make you wonder why that has so much of an effect when, you know, people are being murdered. But we've just got used to it, haven't we? Which is a sad state of affairs. Anyway, I'm sorry, I'm on my soapbox.
What did you do on your day off this week?
Change the subject completely. What did I do? I actually went to see one of my lovely customers at a beautiful house, and she took me out for lunch to Nailsworth, to Williams, the fish restaurant. And if you haven't been and you want to go somewhere, they're open during the day and they're open at night time. Fantastic, absolutely beautiful. And then once we'd had our lovely meal, we wandered through some shops and we went to see Helen at Betty and Beatty's. Look her up on Instagram and go follow her.
I'll put the link in the
That would be brilliant because she is such a good artist and she paints furniture. She's got a super shop. She's a lovely, lovely lady and she is so clever. So,
like you.
I'm not clever when it comes to painting. I'm a very basic painter, but she is
You are clever.
amazing. Am I?
Yes.
Thank you very much. Mummy eyes, mummy eyes. So anyway, you can get the idea with this, and we will continue to carry on painting these. I think painting that in the window there is going to be fun today. We're going to wave at everybody. So let's just quickly move on and show you a few other bits and pieces, and then we can quickly show you outside. The horse, the beautiful, beautiful horse. I have it on very good authority that it is German. We believe that it's late 1800s, 1850, perhaps to early 1900s. And I'm not going to touch it. I'm not going to do any restoration on it. I just love it the way that it is. It won't be something that the child would play with, obviously. It would be something decorative in your beautiful manor house window on a wide windowsill or on the landing or the hallway. And that will be going on at £350 because it is such a beautiful, lovely antique with a great look, a really great look. He's knackered this morning, isn't he? Was that dog training classes last night? Bless his little heart. He's just so good. He's just a gorgeous little boy. So, a couple of things that we've had in. Actually, I brought them in from the van this morning. One of these pictures, always a bit of fun. You often see these hanging in sort of lovely country house downstairs loos and things. Bit of fun. So that one will go on, we hope, later on today or certainly tomorrow. This, which I don't know what these are, these might just be jade stones, I'm not quite sure. Little bunch of grapes, I mean, just a bit apropos of nothing really, but they were quite sweet. And this, which I think is lovely, look at this gorgeous chunky box. with the handles. Nice bit of carving on the side. Perfectly lovely as it is.
Nice for your kindling.
Actually, it would be great for the kindling. And I think that would look super painted up, and then just rub back gently to distress it, because then you get all this lovely wood pattern coming through. And obviously using a bit of browning wax over the top would look great. So we'll try and get that one priced up and put on. And then over here we have the this shelving unit that came in. I'll just pull it out so you can see it. Nick and I were wandering around with it this morning saying, well, where can we put it? Where can we put it? And we still don't know. So we'll try and get this one priced up. Perfectly okay as it is if it was just cleaned up and waxed, and a lot of people just like things to be just plain wooden. I think this would look amazing painted, and it would be great to have it in your kitchen with herbs and spices on perhaps, or in your lounge with objet d'art and maybe some hanging plants hanging down over the sides, or even in the bathroom. So there's no end of places that that could go. And we will try and get that measured up and put onto the system today. Although I have got to go to the dentist today, and I have got to take my car to be serviced. So it's going to be a lot for you to do today, Nick. So we'll just shoot down here. I am delighted to say that one of the few sales we had this week, because it was so quiet, was this lovely extendable 1930s table and chairs, which Nick completely revamped and has painted and reupholstered the seats. And that sold yesterday, which just goes to show that if you have some really nice pieces, and these were painted using the Frenchic Olivia, and he's done a lovely job of the painting. It's all been waxed, it looks really lovely, and the leaves extend out. So that's off to its new home today. It's only been in here 4 days? 6 days. 6 days. So if anybody's looking for nice pieces of furniture like this, this is the sort of thing that Nick sources and we paint, and or you can paint them if we source them. So do let us know. We don't really need to walk around down here too much, although we could just gallop if you like, just so that people can see it who don't see it on a regular basis. And you can see the sort of things that we have. One of my tasks, I didn't get around to it this week, is to take everything off these shelves and rejiggle it all around and put some new bits and pieces up in there. We've got these two lovely stools. These got painted by Sophie, our lovely work experience lady.
Simons, hello crew.
Hello, my lovely. Get yourself down here, Simons. Need to see you. Those are on for $69.95 for the pair. Really good, sturdy pair of stools, and those were painted using the hornblower from the Alfresco range. So it's lovely navy blue. So still got this lovely lamp, £110. It shouldn't be up there. I don't know why it is. I think it just got dumped. I normally sort of have them plugged in, but that's £110.
You still haven't accepted my proposal.
I haven't actually yet. I've been thinking about it. Still thinking. It's very tempting those times. Very tempting, I have to say.
It's a marriage proposal, everybody.
Dear. Yes.
In case you didn't know.
That was last week's live, wasn't it? It's just like, throw it in there. Let's get married. Yes, why not? Why not? So let's just put Paddy on his lead quickly. And then we'll just show you the loads of things that are outside. This is going to look fab painted up. I'm really pleased that I've decided to do that. Where is he? Paddy. Paddy Padster. Ooh. He's very quiet today, isn't he? Bless him.
While we're waiting, if you could like and share and comment and subscribe to the channel, that would be very helpful.
That would be marvellous, in fact, absolutely wonderful and marvellous. So we could do a little scan and just show you how much stuff is out here, and everything that's here is subject to 20% off, as our board says. So that will be today and tomorrow, and then I will have to put things back in the cellar. Hello, good morning. On what? On the video. You have to sneak round behind me. But we like customers being on our videos. We do. We really do.
It is a live video, so we can't interrupt
it.
I'm afraid.
Oh, good for you. Good for you. We've just done our code, so if you watch it and you know the code, you could be first in through the door with that. and there is 20% off absolutely everything that you can see that's out on the pavement today.
Oh, no, you're not going to.
Is that a wife batter?
I was just going to say, it's your wife beater, yeah. That's what I was looking at. Sounded that.
Oh dear.
I'll just have a look and see what there is about. Of course, it's got Friday, isn't it?
I know. Well, do feel free to go on in and you know, have a little mooch. But I'm so pleased that you watched the video. That's marvellous. Thank you very much. Go too much further down because we lose the signal. But needless to say, it has all got to go. So we're kind of done, really, aren't we?
Yes.
So I just remind people of the code when we go in.
Yes.
Look, we've got real live customers in our shop. How marvellous! That's lovely. Don't get phased. We're just finishing off, so you're very welcome. So let's just remind everybody the code is YT stencil. You get the stag stencil and a pot of the gold Frenchine, and we just want people to do some fantastically creative bits
I'm
and pieces.
switching to Ginny. Oh, Simon.
She's married already, Signs. It's me or nothing.
It's okay, we can make other arrangements.
That was both. That'd be interesting. So have a great week, everybody. And thank you from the bottom of my heart for the people who made the most amazingly wonderful comments and boosted us no end. And, you know, can't say how grateful we are. You have renewed us, and we will continue, and we will thrive and survive and get through this.
Okay,
So,
then. Same
cheers,
time next
everybody.
week if we're spared.
Lots
Thank
of love.
you. Bye for
Bye-bye.
now.